My name is Violet. That's exactly what I meant, Violet. At ease, stand aside. At ease is a bit harsh, isn't it? Stand aside is a bit harsh. We'll go with at ease. As you were, we're less threatening than our reputation would have you believe. Oh, you can't... You need to instill fear. You can't just say, we're pansies, really. Yes, ma'am. All right, then. What can you tell us about the murder? Well, it looks as though we had a struggle inside the home that resulted in Mr. Grange's death. Was anything taken? It appears so, though we haven't been able to figure out what exactly. But the place was definitely ransacked. Okay, so someone went stealing, is what I'm getting here. It sounds like a robbery gone bad. Why are we even here, Blue? Seems like a cut and dry case for the enforcers. Find someone to pin it on and kill him. Good, good. It would be, except for the fact that this guy has been popping up on our radar quite a bit recently. So the Bureau thinks he's connected to someone. Organized crime? Close, but actually they think he had dealings with the Resistance. We can't get those. They want, like, you know, freedom. We can't let that happen. The Resistance, the New Moon Resistance. This just gets stranger by the minute. In any case, the Chief wants us to see what we can dig up here. Sounds like we have our work cut out for us. You know how I feel about work. There is someone who probably won't take that so laughing. Right next to you. You can't say that in front... Blue says this so dryly, but with such a melodramatic look on his face that a sudden burst of amusement hits me, and I strangle a small laugh so it sounds like a half hiccup. Blue looks at me oddly, but I can tell he is pleased with himself. I hear the enforcer shifting his feet, and I work to make my face as neutral as possible. Well, the sooner we figure this out, the sooner we can get back to searching for Zala. You never know, sometimes things have no apparent connection at first. Turn out to fit together perfectly. Okay, thanks, Blue. I can feel Blue's eyes roving over my face. I look past him, so I'm looking at a spot directly over his shoulder. For some reason, his eyes bring slight warmth to my face. Are you saying you fancy him? Oh, he's not even that attractive, Violet. You didn't even want... whatever. I need to regain control of this situation, exactly. Stop hormones taking over. You are better at your job than you let on, aren't you? Blue is surprised by the comment. I can feel it rippling through him. Exactly what I wanted, to throw him off with a taste of his own medicine. We'll see. If you two are done... We're higher ranking than you. You're not allowed to say things like that. You will wait patiently. Yeah, show us what you got. What else do you know about Mr. Grange? Not much. Late 50s, a former mathematician and professor, and he has one daughter. That daughter will be getting a visit later on. Have you located the daughter? Oh god, okay, she's actually here. Alright, well now I feel bad for threatening her. Her name's Lynn Grange. She's the one who found the body and called it in. Suspicious. We're holding her in another part of the house. She was near hysterical when the first units got here. Can't blame her, can you? We'll talk to her after we take a look at the scene. Blue and I push our way around the blockade and move towards the house. The closer we get, the shabbier the once grand house looks. The brick walls are dirty, and in some places the bricks are crumbling. The walk is littered with dirt and plant detritus, which hampers our approach to the house. I look at the front door and see that there is a tree hanging over the entryway, as though it were weeping. The whole scene looks dejected, and a wave of sadness hits me. For some reason, I move slightly closer to Blue. The warmth coming off his shoulder, so close to my own, distracts me from the momentary melancholy. Remember, someone here was murdered. Look, all I'm saying is if you two are, you know, smooching in someone else's house and the daughter walks in, she's not going to take kindly to it. Grange Mansion, okay? There are 2 cupboards. This is wealth for the sake of wealth. Look how clean the floors are. Oh my lord. There's like specks of dirt here and then just beautiful reflections up here. The maid wasn't doing her job properly or was like 3 feet tall. Finally, we walk into a massive entryway of the house. I shake my head slightly and move away from Blue as another enforcer directs us towards the study. The scene of the murder seems like a good place to start investigating in detail. I'll be over here, tell me if you find anything interesting. Of course. We push open the door to the study, a quaint place if the scene wasn't in shambles. It looks like you've stumbled upon the a suspicious scene. In an investigation, you must search the area for all the potential clues. Is anyone getting an LA Noire sort of feel out of this? As in, it's set in the past and you're a policeman? That's about it. Yeah, that's close enough. And the music. Once you've found them, you will be able to continue the game. Outlines are turned off by default, but you can turn them on in gameplay settings. That's cheating. We won't be doing that. By the way, check out this little puppy I found. Blue reaches into his pocket and pulls out a small rectangular metal object. I'm slightly disappointed that it wasn't a real puppy. Why would you be... I'd be scared if it was a real puppy. A policeman who just walk in with a puppy. But I doubt he would ever bring one of those to a crime scene. Here, you can have it. I needed a replacement and the Bureau gave me 2 of them by accident. Is that a camera? It's a little something we use in detective work. We call it the Instagraph. What, does it automatically put filters over your food? Is it ancient tech? Nope, it's completely analog. You can take a photo with it and develop it instantly. The photo pops out right here, see? Now say green cheese. Wait, don't take a picture of me. I love how you did that without even smiling. Just looking at us dryly. Oh, camera shy, are we? Well, I mean, no, but if you're going to take them that randomly, yes. What? No, it's just a waste of paper. Oh, we care about the environment, do we? Anyway, you'll probably find it useful. Try it out. Okie dokie. What am I clicking on? Because clicking on the body doesn't work. Blue, look at these. They look like shredded papers to me. Well spotted, detective, but look... Well, those white things look like paper. It looks like they've been crumpled up. Oh, man. Got his detective badge from the University of Dumbness. Look what's on the papers. Are those equations? Complicated ones by the looks of it. Doesn't seem like your typical college lesson plan. We should take a look at those. Who knows what they're there for? Good idea. Shredded calculations added to evidence. I mean, they're shredded. You probably can't get much out of them. If this clock was broken during the struggle, this means we know when the murder happened. Unless it stopped working even before that. I was gonna say, hang on. Those two don't correlate at all. Given the state of this place, I suppose there's no way to know. It doesn't seem like this was the murder weapon. There's no blood on it. What else are we looking at? Click here. Not much to wear, I suppose. I guess they took his coat along with his body. Or he wasn't wearing a coat? Is that unfeasible? He probably sold the rest. Yeah, but I did see one in the foyer. It belonged to his daughter. We definitely need to ask her what transpired here. Agreed. Well, I mean, her dad died. Whatever. The lamp looks like it was caught up in the struggle. Grange definitely didn't go down quietly. Oh, I could have told you that. Well, we can't really take it with us, but it does help to get a clearer picture of how this all went down. Every little bit helps. A plug down there. Do you think I should pick it up? No! Right, telephone's off hook. It's a beautiful old phone. It is, but I think you're missing the larger point. The phone is off the hook. Right, as if Grange were trying to call someone. Maybe he was trying to call for help, or maybe he was strangled with the telephone wire. Clearly that didn't work out. Anyway, it won't help us, just leave it as it is. Chairs knocked over? Yeah, there was definitely a struggle. Yeah, okay, I get it. Either that or they let the perp in. I was thinking about violent. Okay, so he was there sitting on his phone talking, and then he ended up here? A struggle broke out. Can we look at things on here? Look at this. It looks like a paperweight with an angry bird atop. It is, but look at the corner. Is that dried blood? Fucking hell. How are you ever supposed to... Whatever. Sure looks like it. Could be the killer put it back without noticing. Wonder if Grange got a swing in before he was killed. Either that or the killer wanted to knock him out first for some reason. Either way, we should collect that for evidence. Definitely. God, that looks weird. Okay, so... we found a maybe murder weapon? There are some well-worn books. Let me see. The post-Selenon period. Our history? Grange must have been a history buff. Yeah, I wonder what he found so interesting in there. He probably just liked history. Is that such a bad thing? I don't know, but it won't help us any with figuring out who killed him. I suppose you're right. Come on, we don't have all day. This is no time to be swimming books. But I didn't even pick one up yet. Face it, you were going to. Your powers are a little too accurate. What else? We've tried clicking on this here. I mean, you'd think something about, I don't know, I can't tell whether he's on his stomach or on his side, but wouldn't want to comment on that at all. What is this? Photo album? It looks like a ledger. Oh man, is it one of those really incriminating things most evil masterminds have lying around for no good reason? Maybe we should take a look. It looks like Mr. Grange was struggling financially. We didn't need a ledger to figure that one out. Have you seen the state of this house? Yeah, but in the last few weeks he received several large payments. For what? It doesn't say, and all it says under the from column is S. We should take that with us. It could prove us a vital piece of evidence. Okay. Suspicious ledger. Oh man, there's not, I swear, there's not one unsuspicious ledger. It's a photo of Al Grange. It looks like a mirror from here. Who's that with him? Must be his daughter. Maybe we should take that with us. It might be coming handy when we're talking to the daughter. That's harsh. Alright, is that all we need? Investigating or reading. You know, this book doesn't have much about the formation of the Bureau. In fact, it leaves out the entire part after the war ended. Yeah, okay. So I don't like people studying them. For the same reason we're here, what you don't know can't hurt you. Okay, fine. What else is there? Curtains? We've clicked on this, and that's just, we go books. Desk? This table is an antique. The expensive kind of antique? Not exactly. I'm pretty sure it's just a bureau knockoff, not a pre-war relic. Then I suppose we can confirm that he wasn't killed for his desk. I'm glad you're here, Violet. We could confirm that the minute we saw it was still here. Thanks. Very useful to us. Okay, so shreds. Okay, so we've looked at the desk, everything here. We've looked at the clock, this, the chair. Have we clicked on this? If you're not careful, okay, so that's essentially like me clicking on that. So what left is there to click on? Oh, right, okay, there's a big finish button, which my microphone was blocking. I think we've found everything there is to find here. Right, we should go look for Grange's daughter before we lose our chance. Agreed. We walked through the echoing halls for at least 2 solid minutes, searching for the room where they're keeping the daughter, so we couldn't just go outside and ask the enforcer. No, we have to look like idiots. The halls are strangely unadorned. I study the long patches of emptiness and find that in many places there are squares of wall that are lighter than those around them. It's as though things had once hung in these spots for many years, judging by the colour difference before being removed. For whatever reason. Oh yeah, you're right, there are. There's outlines of paintings I didn't notice. I was too hung up on a dwarf cleaner joke. We've reached the end of the passage that is guarded by 2 enforcers. They step aside wordlessly when we flash our badges. Like anyone could get in without, like, being someone, but whatever. We let ourselves into a small room. The space is furnished with a floral couch and several stiff-looking chairs in the centre of the room. The far wall is lined with deep-set windows. A woman is pacing in front of the windowed wall, her face streaked with tears and her eyes wide. Miss Grange? She doesn't look over at us or stop her pacing. Blue walks over and stands directly in her path, and I walk over and stand on her other side so she is blocked from pacing in both directions. She first looks at Blue, then at me, and then she bursts into loud sobs. Blue puts a hand on her shoulder. Well, you look very young for someone who is... So your dad had a kid at like 40-something, presumably. Miss Grange, Lynn, we need to ask you a few questions about your father. I can't, there's nothing I can tell you. Why don't we sit down? Okay. She's a bit hysterical. Blue and I guide Lynn by her shoulders over to the couch in the centre of the room. I know you can't tell us anything, but you're the only one who can help us find who did this. No, I'm not talking and that's final. I'm hiring a lawyer. That's fucking suspicious. We haven't even talked to you yet, and you immediately think that you need to hire a lawyer. Miss Grange, I'm not sure you fully understand. But simply, you have the right to remain silent, unless what you know could potentially be an issue of human security. What makes you think that? Her sprites seem oddly too mangerish, considering how I look and considering how he looks. She looks a little bit too cutesy, it's weird. The Bureau seems... it's fine though. The Bureau seems to think that there's more here than meets the eye, and we found a few interesting pieces of evidence. That means I really have to talk? Don't worry, we won't waste your time with good cop, bad cop. All I want to know is the truth about the situation. Now why don't you start telling us... by telling us what you found when you arrived here, and we'll go from there. Statement. Is there an interrogation system to this? Happy surprised. Oh my god, there is. She seems innocent enough, but one can never be too sure. That's where I come in. My powers aren't just a show. I can tell if someone's emotions don't match their words. Okay. So, your emotions do make sense with, you know, being a cop, I guess. Well done. When I got here, things seemed messier than usual. Emotions are strongly linked to memories. When someone remembers something, the true emotions that they felt rise to the surface. Even if it's faint, if I concentrate enough, I can sense them. But what I'm worried about is her account. The stress could cause her to forget something, or worse, try and falsify information. Okay, I walked into the study and there he was lying on the floor. That seems to match. He was covered in blood. It was terrible. I couldn't believe it was real. Okay. Who would do something like this? He was too nice. He doesn't have any enemies. I should probably ask her more about her accounts of the events. There seems to be something off here. Really? That looks all fine to me. Violet, you seem a little nervous. Need any help? Of course not. I've questioned people before. I remember my training. He's just going to ask me that in front of her. Oh, talk about undermining my authority. You sure about that? There's more than one way to get the truth out of people. If you're going to suggest enhanced interrogation, I would prefer not to. Of course not. What I'm suggesting are more along the lines of mental techniques. Now, obviously, you know that you can question the witness and get them to tell you more information. That can be handy when you're not too sure what to do next. If you find something that they said doesn't match up with the evidence, present it and throw their lie back in their face. I see. You mean a contradiction. If they're lying, they'll have no choice to admit. Yeah, okay, I get it. I've played games. Not only that, but as an Esper, you have an accused advantage. If I run out of evidence, I'd have to let them walk, but you can use your powers to doubt what they're saying. Oh, God. Please don't let this be like L.A. Noire. You killed her, didn't you? And you did it cold-bloodedly, you bastard! Oh, I can't believe you'd do something like that! Oh, sorry, I appear to be mistaken. Doubt, man, it was one of the worst mechanics I'd seen. Hopefully they do it better here. Obviously, it's not foolproof. Some people are very good at hiding their true emotions, but you're not involved with that kind of high-level work yet. Fine, let's just get on with it. Begin questioning. Let the moonlight reveal the truth. I'm hoping to use thinking, but whatever. When I got here, things seemed messier than usual. I walked into the study and there he was lying on the floor. This is true. He was covered in blood. It was terrible. I couldn't believe it was real. Who would do something like this? Who was too nice to have any enemies? Her emotions seem to line up. Yes, I'm trying! So... oh, right, okay. So, question. Wait a minute. So you didn't see anyone leaving when you got here? No, the person, the murderer, must have been long gone. So you don't live in this mansion? No, I have my own apartment in the city. I work as a maid for Wilson Lane. Oh, God. Okay, so you're not that rich. Lane, you mean the CEO of Lane Enterprises? Interesting, I would never have suspected. I suppose that explains the uniform. I don't know. I mean... I have a maid, and she certainly doesn't dress like that. But whatever. Yes, he's a kind man, but very demanding. Organising his suits is the worst. He must have at least 20 shades of grey blazers. At some point, you're going to just dust a few of them up and go, that's good enough. Now, talk about conspicuous consumption. I come visit my dad every so often, but this time I understand. Please continue. Okay, question. We're just going to question all of it. I'm guessing that everything was rather similar to the way it is now. Yes, it must have been a while until I found him. Don't press the further matter. You can continue with your account. Question. Must have been very traumatic. I'm like, that's not questioning. We're not here to be sympathetic. So thank you, that means a lot. I really hate blood. Oh boy, here comes the waterworks. That's, yeah, whatever. Who would do this? Are you sure about that? How nice was he exactly? He was so kind that he walked the neighbours' dogs and always watered our flowers. Well, that doesn't exactly seem the kind of... Oh, come on, let all criminals fall under one thing. That wasn't a criminal. I mean, he lived by himself. He barely talked to anyone. Or barely doesn't necessarily mean never. I just need to line up. Okay, so we're going to go to 4. Doubt. Current erratic. Oh, it's the emotion we have to go off. Sad? Stop right there. This is almost certainly wrong. We got an achievement to is human. Incorrectly. You don't want to traumatize her already. What? She's clearly lying when she said... So when she says you didn't have any enemies, we'll present the thing, right? So present the ledger. I mean, that must mean he has enemies, right? Yeah, that looks like something, right? Miss Grange, do you know what this is? It's my father's ledger. He's had it for ages. It's what's inside that's unusual. To be more precise, there's quite a bit of money coming in recently. What do you mean? I think you might have a hunch about who he was working for and that it wasn't exactly kosher. I don't know what you're implying. Look, you're the one who could go to prison if you don't tell me the truth. That's all I'm saying. Well, I'll come out and say it. Then, was your father working with the rebels? I don't know. I guess maybe. I don't know. Do you think they killed him? I guess maybe. We can't know for sure unless you tell us everything you know, and that means everything. Okay, I'll try. Please try to remember back to when you saw your father last. Oh god, here we go. I mean, yes, he had been acting a little strange lately. Ever since a few weeks ago, he was even more jittery than usual. I asked what was wrong, but he wouldn't tell me what was going on. So I don't think I would be able to help you at all. Huh. Okay, so this doesn't seem weird. This is a few weeks ago. He was even more jittery. Okay. Wouldn't tell me what was going wrong. There's something wrong there. That has to be. Emotions are flying all over the place, right? It seems out of the ordinary. However, someone like me could see things differently. Yeah, I get it. And it's something out of this. If it didn't just cycle on automatically, that would be brilliant. Yeah, it cycles on automatically, and that's sort of what's annoying me. If I could just stop on 3 and look at it for more than 3 seconds without it, like, scrolling, that'd be so much thing. So now I have to go, okay, I don't know. Doubt! What? Scared, I guess? Or angry that you knew what it was? Let's just try both. Miss Grange. Yeah! Okay, so we got it right. It was either that or the other one. It's one thing to be perturbed, but to lie to an agent is downright insulting. But I could feel the anger and nervousness in your mind from your last statement. They don't make us agents a spectre for nothing, you know. But I didn't. Admit it, you were lying to protect his name. I was angry because he was so cold. Well, that room felt rather warm to me. I mean, he refused to speak to me. That appears to be important. Perhaps I should open a line of questioning. Fine, be my guest, but I don't know anything. She's lying to us. We'll see about that. Need I remind you... Please forgive me. Okay, so she's going to tell something again? What is she saying this time? You see, there's no way he would have told me anything. Yeah, okay, that's fine. A year ago, we got into a bit of fight. He became distant and focused on his work. Okay. He didn't want to come near me, so hearing anything would be impossible. And then... it's time to put an end to this. Okay, so it has to be the third one, right? Because she's sad. And then she's sad. And then it's here. So doubt. I know, angry, I guess. Wait, just a second. Yeah, okay, no, that's not the right one. How about... He didn't want to come near me, so present the photo? Where's the photo of them? Yeah, okay, so this is what makes it, right? Because they have seen each other recently, because she's wearing his maid... I don't know. The music's gone quiet. Miss Grange, I'm very disappointed in you. I'm not sure what you mean, this photo. I'm sure you've seen it. It shows you and your father, and there's clearly no enmity between you two. In fact, you look as happy can be. We're just an ace detective. Call me Phoenix. That was taken a long time ago, Miss Grange. Do you notice what you're wearing in this picture? Yeah. Cat is! A maid's uniform. If your statement is to believe, he refused to come near you after you took the job. One thing is lying here, and if it's not the photo, then it has to be you. For father. I'm so sorry, I should never have said those things about you. We did it. We did it. I feel like a hero. It's true, there really was no fight. I just didn't want him to be associated with the rebels. We will get you if you lie to us, Lynn. Officers, throw her in the nearest cell.